So 4 reasons why the prospect client will not do business with you. And I'm going to condense this. Obviously, I'm not going to read every single line. 4 reasons why the prospect client won't do business with you. One reason is you think your certifications, your experience, and your accomplishments is all that you need. And in reality, that's just not the case. Your average client doesn't really care what you have accomplished. Your average client doesn't really care how many certificates you have on the wall. They don't really care what badass job you've done with dogs in the past. The only thing they're concerned about at that moment is their dog. How can you help them with their problem? So my suggestion is take it kind of easy on listing everything you've done, every certification you've gotten, every seminar you've gone to. I would just kind of back away from that, because all that does is it gets you to talk about you and not so much talk about the person and the problem that they have at hand. So that's one of the reasons. If you focus too much on, well, I've done this and this and this and that, that's an easy way to get them to think about someone else. Your average client doesn't really care. You're going to have a client every once in a while that will be impressed by that and they will ask you questions. But your average person is talking to you because they have a problem that they want addressed. So they're thinking about themselves, not about you too much. So reason number 2, one of the other reasons why the prospect client won't do business with you is, I have here, you're trying to let this person know that they caused the problem. So you're now going into the blame game. And I've seen dog trainers do this on a regular basis. So the dog trainers will just emphasize to the owner, well, this is what you're doing wrong. Well, your dog is doing this because this is what you're doing. And I understand that there is a need to address those things. Most of the time, it is definitely the owner. They're doing something, they're miscommunicating something, or they're misreading something about their dog that is causing this problem, is making this problem worse. And so instead of just starting to point the finger and go, well, you have to do this, I get it, point them in that direction, let them know, okay, here are some things that maybe you misunderstood, or here's some things that your dog maybe misunderstood, right? But be very careful not to just dump all the blame on this person. They're already feeling bad about themselves. Okay, they already are not comfortable telling a stranger about the problems and so that they have with their dog. And now you as a stranger are now telling them basically how incompetent they are. It doesn't feel good, but I understand it needs to be addressed. You just have to be a little bit careful how you word that. Reason number 3 why the prospect client maybe is not going to do business with you is you are seriously concerned about the dog's well-being, which is good, right? And you're urging this person to take action. So what is wrong with that? Well, here's the thing. If you are suddenly way too concerned about the dog immediately and you don't focus on the relationship with that person, you're never going to reach that dog. Okay, so if you're talking to this prospect client, they're dumping all of their emotional issues on you because of their dog, because this is hard. The average person does not want to spend $3,000 to it's kind of hard to let go of that. So even if it's just like like $100 for a private lesson, it's hard to let that go. And on top of that, tell this person, I don't have a good relationship with my dog. My dog is being a pain. It's not really the easiest thing for people to talk about. So what you want to do is you want to create a relationship with this client, with this prospect client, and try to make a connection with them first. Yes, be concerned about the dog. Absolutely. But try to make a connection with the owner and try to address their emotional needs, at least in the beginning, temporarily, so that then you can help the dog. So instead of that, kind of piggybacks off of the previous reason, which is, you start to blame the owner, maybe just kind of back away from that. Try to use language that helps you connect with this person And if you're not very good at that, I have a book that I strongly recommend that you read, and I have it on that reading list recommendation, that I strongly suggest that you get. If you work with people, if you work with dogs, you're going to be working with people. So this one book, these couple of books that I have in that list are really going to be helpful. But what I want you to do, talk to the person, try to make a connection with them, and you together with this person try to then help the dog. If you just immediately shut that person off and you go, well, you dog and you're screwing up your dog and this and that, it's easy for this person to now feel isolated, and now they don't want to do business with you because they are ultimately going to be paying you, not the dog. Okay. And the fourth reason, so one of the four reasons, is you're trying to push that sale and you're not even doing it in the best way possible. There's nothing wrong with salesmanship. You want to be a good salesperson, and a lot of that, really the basic principle, the most fundamental principle of sales is service. That is the most fundamental principle of sales. It's not how can I get this out of you, but rather how can we exchange this, this value. So where I give you something, in return I get this, rather than how do I get this from you, how can I serve you so that then this becomes a mutually beneficial transaction. So rather than sounding like a pushy salesperson and just pushing this person to maybe even purchase a package or a service that they don't even need, really try to focus on how you can serve them. And so I believe those are the four common mistakes that a lot of dog trainers make, myself included, when I was fairly new at working with people. So I'm going to repeat them again. So 4 reasons why the prospect client won't do business with you. 1, you think your certifications and all your experience and all your accomplishments, you think that's all you need. It's wrong. That's not all you need. You need to make a connection. 2, you're trying to let this person know that they caused the problem, and so you are now playing the blame game. 3, you seriously get too concerned about the dog's well-being that you forget to make a connection with the person. So 2 and 3 are very similar. You have to make a connection with that person. Don't just blame this person. And 4, you're trying to approach the sales process in not the most efficient way. So remember, sales is about service, and even training dogs is all about service. So that's one of the chapters here in this book. I strongly recommend that you get it. If you want to get the audiobook, it's also going to be listed on the description, but I'm going to be talking more about some of the other chapters later on.